Okay, what is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Grind to Grow. So the other day, yesterday, I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about consistency and the discipline of doing something for a long period of time, and then that thing paying off years later. And the whole, oh, it must be nice that you have this, or you have, you making this much money, or you drive that car, or you have this many followers, or your success, and you're, known now, whatever. But people don't see the behind the scenes. People don't see the struggle. People don't see how much work does it take to do this. And I started doing this podcast because I do want to have the goals to have guests more often. I will make this statement that this year I will have more than last. I will. And I already have a bunch lined up. They might not be here every single time. It might be a mobile kind of thing, go to their spot or whatever. But they were going over, the struggles of doing something and creating something from nothing and gaining this sort of following, and just the struggle of creating the discipline to do it every week, releasing an episode every week, and only having one or two plays or one like and from the same people. And he went over this statistic that I didn't know, that if you make, more than 45 episodes, if you make it past that, you are on the top 5 or 10% of podcast channels in the world. And I was like, man. And I went back to mine. I was like, already passed that. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, well, we'll keep going. Okay, because it's good to keep track of numbers, and we do this a lot in the fitness world, when you have to set goals, and whether you want to lose weight, you want to lose inches, gain mass, even numbers on the bar, want to bench, 225, whatever it is, you have to keep track of those numbers to make sure that you see your progress, you see the gains. And the same thing goes with other parts of the business, like keeping track of the amount of members, keeping track of the amount of revenue that's coming in, and are you investing that back into the business? How much are you spending on blah, 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 and that's just a whole another conversation. But tracking is important. It is. But I feel like at first, especially when you're starting something, you have to just do it. You can't get worked up too much about the details of it unless you want to. But I guess the only example that I can use, I'm gonna use myself, is like starting a business, and you're not gonna have everything like written on a piece of paper, step by step. Okay, step 1. What is it? Step 2, what's the name? Step 3, get a logo. Step 4, register. Step whatever. And yes, there's certain things that you have to do to start a business and blah blah blah, legally. But I feel like you just kind of have to jump in. And I heard somebody said this the other day. It's like, if you want to do something, just do it. All right, don't just say it, do it. Jump in, dive in, go through it, see it through and see what happens, because you don't know what's gonna happen. And yeah, there is the fear component and the doubt and like, but what if? And like talking about podcasts, like, oh well, people want to listen to me, like my voice, lighting, and as you can see, I don't have the best setup. These mics are not plugged in. I don't have any special lights. Everything is like it's on the phone. That's it. And the goal is to be consistent, to put out an episode as often as possible, even if you go, I'm not saying that I'm like a pro right now, but I do have episodes where I'm like, well, there's a lot of that, and in order to get rid of it, you have to do more. And it does help having somebody here, because you're having a conversation and you're not having to think so much about the next question or the next topic. It's just like, we're gonna talk about protein donuts. We're gonna talk whatever it is that you want that person to share. So I think, and I know several people that want to start a podcast. It's my kids, they asked me about it, and I was like, just do it. Just like start it. You've been wanting to do it, you have an idea, just do it. And as you go, you learn more about the little details. And at this moment, I don't have that many subscribers. And I know I do have people tell me, oh, I listened to your stuff. That episode was really good. And to me, that means more than the likes. That means more than, you do want to see the comments and feedback, because that will allow me to look up how I'm doing things and get better at it. But at the end of the day, it's about sharing this information and creating a positive impact. And hopefully somebody out there sees it, gets something out of it, or allows them to make that jump, to dive into whatever that is. So whatever it is that you want to do, stop listening to other people. Don't let other people slow you down. Stop listening to your head, meaning the doubts, because it starts with us. But should I? Can I? Oh, maybe tomorrow. No. Should have started yesterday. So whatever you want to do, yes, if you want to write it down, if we've talked about this, about writing things down and saying it aloud and in the mirror and like whatever, and everybody works different on that, you have to just do it every single day and believe that it's gonna lead you to something. You don't know where, but you just gotta show up and do it. Okay? Yes, write it down. Yes, tell somebody, and you might need accountability at the beginning, but you will regret it later on in life if you don't do it now. The what ifs don't exist. I don't like saying, well, if I, no ifs, no, it's, we are gonna be, we're gonna do it. Even if it sucks, even if I suck at it, even if I'm not good at it, let's see where it goes. By the way, I don't like public speaking, but I also do this because it gives me an opportunity to practice my speaking, and hopefully, as I do this more often with other people, the interaction, the conversations, my vocabulary gets better. I need to learn too. Peace.